It's a new year. My one goal is to get through my backlog of games that I haven't gotten through. I'm gonna start with Stanley Parable because it's short enough, I believe. And then I have like a random. Well, no, because then I gotta finish Saints Row, and then I have like a what is it called? A randomizer, a random selection thing. That after I get through Saints Row, I'm just gonna have it tell me what of my backlog games to go through. Subtitles, of course, English. Not of course English, but of course I want subtitles, and I speak English. I don't speak any of the other ones. Have you played Stanley Parable before? No, never played it. So the computer is barely visible. No, I'll just keep it on default. Settings. What is my current time? Oh, do I have to actually go through? I can't change the PM? I do, okay. Can I go down? Ah, there we go. D8. Accessibility settings can be accessed in the main menu. Thank you. I have no use of them, but thank you. Settings, though. Main volume, narrator volume. Drop music down to an 80. Sound effects down to an 80.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Is that good? Get in the game. The end is never the end. Is never the end. Is never the end. So I have watched people play this. It's been a while, but I have.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
Escape. Keyboard for 35 milliseconds.
Every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this
It's an experiment like Stitch. 47. I believe that was him. Do they know it? Hold up. I don't know why, but now I'm going to look up.
Something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I will in 1 sec. I'm trying to look up all the experiments to find out what 427 was. I'm doing it on my phone, so I can't control F. I probably could, and I just don't know. 427, almost there. I don't know why Super ADD has me Telepoke? No information on what experiment 47 does. Okay. I'm also doing this at 720 because it's raining here, which means if I go higher, because of the crappy internet and the only internet option that I have out here, even though I pay for their best option, the bitrate can't handle it. And
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
one dad right here. I would say mile. Okay, I can crouch. I like work. Just hate my boss. It's a great mug to have. Did that make a gun reloading sound? Oh no, that's keyboards. That clicking noise is keyboards. I can't read what's on his screen. The sensitivity, that was a bit odd. Be my Valentine. 425. 4B6. Okay. Surname access. Who farted? I guess I could look through these windows too. To work in a place. Is that the right time? That is not the right time. Why did I set my time then? According to that, it's 10. What is that other extra line that's going to the 4? Oh, no, I'm reading that wrong. That's 11:21, which is incorrect. I hate Mondays. Leaf. Sales in this quarter. Don't know what else the stuff says.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I guess I'll be a sheep, because I do remember this has like billions of endings. So I'll do a sheep ending first. 413, he's got his computer on. Or she. These are the same paintings I've already seen. Okay. Tips for not getting fired.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Broke Wednesdays. What? Okay. Rip Franz. Oh, sorry, Franz. Cabal planning? Nope. Group planning. 42. What am I? 427? Wednesdays. IT department. We're broke Wednesdays. Financial planning meeting. Bosses inspection. Group 42s. Also do stuff on Wednesdays. At 2 p.m.? What are we doing Wednesdays at 2 p.m.? Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda items. Reflect. Employee. Just Jim. Come on, Jim. What's your number? I'm not on there, though. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Not. I heard someone else typing. Not cost efficient. Push for funding for R&D of new coffee machine. Standalone graphs 40 times wider. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Synergize papers. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper guy. Paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets on the topic of everyone is unique. You, most of all. TPS reports. Oh no. Oh, is that what the clicking is? Someone's going through the slides. Number of slides on this slide. Charts, slides, charts, and slides. Rate at which charts are the same slide depict the same information. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts. Please, I'm begging. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. God, no. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another, remember, it takes two people to start a fight, and right now you're both of them. What are your dreams for the future? Less air? I mean, I don't know if that's our dreams for the future, but that is most likely going to be the future. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no exception of, don't get fired. Okay. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers. We have our new product. Graphs about things and money. Violet James, you are fired. Happy feelings? What do people want? Happy feelings? So we're a company by Quarterly Post Review that makes things. Find teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net. Some sort of child trap. What? Throw something in the idea bins. No more bins. Trash cans. Renaming of the idea bin. Firing of me. Okay. A lot of percent space between the teenagers. Teenagers. Size of the demographic. More water coolers. More water cooler heaters. Okay. Help, I'm a post-it note. Oh no! Is that a reference to Prey?
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. Again, I'm doing a little sheep thing, so...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Got it. Wow, that's super bright outside. You can't even see what's going on out there. Executive bathroom. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast. I'm going to say morning for money for breakfast, money crisp. Extreme bathrooms. I can't jump, so I can't read that. There's no zoom. Okay. The mirror needs to be cleaned. Hey, I need to meet with the boss. I'm gonna assume it's cool.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845. Chianti. Certificate of pompousness.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Okay.
2845.
Well, I guess that's not it.
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Oh,
by sheer
it's dark.
luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
That's where the fireplace was? Where did it go? Because it didn't rise up. Oh, there's a camera up there. It's not following me, though. So I guess it's fine. He's a very tall... Very, very tall room. It's super dark here. Super, super dark here. Oh. Is there something here, or am I gonna fall? Couldn't see the floor paneling. Okay. Loading screen. Loading.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Would not go unanswered for long in a world where questions...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Or I can escape. Nah. We'll follow it. Nope. Again, your cameras aren't working. It just... Is that all the numbers? It is. They're not even in order. Words, recommendations for the Oversight Committee. General questions about bucket filling. Short history of the relations between Finland and Austria-Hungary. Interviewing and interrogating techniques. Okay.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
My throat is super
Stanley
dry.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength?
Stanley. Yes? Why did that button with lights on it? All it did was raise his bridge. Security cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee
observation
in the building,
protocol.
Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley,
Wish I could
one
read
of them,
this stuff.
eternally monitored in this place.
The observation
where freedom
protocol.
meant nothing.
A couple of them have been fired. Oh, why does that guy still get a... Anyone do anything crazy? That guy's got an error message. 47, 47, 427, right here. Person's got a chart. He just stands there and smokes cigarettes and stares at mine. Oh no, he stands over here too. Oh. I didn't see this here. Why does 98 keep going downward?
It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated
There's a door
to
up there.
accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's
don't
control?
accept it.
Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had
Anything's
he truly
possible.
spent his entire life utterly
You gonna...
blind to the world?
Oh, that's not good to be just staring up at this flashing lights. Take me to the home. Oh. Thought it was on a loading screen.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink,
None of the controls
Stanley
say
decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
control disabled. Like, they're all turned off. Seems like someone's already handled that. Right? What's it say? Mind.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay, I'm being a sheep. Is it black screen or am I just in the darkness?
And a rising chill of uncertainty.
I guess there's my answer.
Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him what to do or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I mean, it's not open yet. Now it is. Seems to be like a barn. You can go home, courier. It's so dark over here.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen.
Just like this.
Stanley was happy.
Oh, good for you, Stanley. Hey, I completed the Stanley Parable. Wait, what? Get your first achievement award for getting any of the other achievements. Now I'm back here. I'm back in the office. Oh no, the time is still not correct. Well, actually now it is. Now it's perfectly correct. Oh.